friends, and welcome back to class today. We have an awesome activity and story we're going to read today. But first, before we get started, we're going to sing a song and do some breathing to start our day. Are you ready? Come on and join me. I'm a little snowman, short and fat. Here are my buttons, here is my hat. When the sun comes out, I can't play. I just slowly melt away. All right, awesome job. Can you join me now, friends? Let's sing. I'm a little snowman, short and fat. Here are my buttons, here is my hat. When the sun comes out, I can't play. I just slowly melt away. Awesome job, friends. All right, let's do some breathing to get started with our day. Let's take a deep breath in and blow it out. Deep breath in and blow it out. One more time. Deep breath in and let it out. Awesome job, friends. We are ready for our reading circle. Come on over and join me. Hello, friends, and welcome to our reading circle. Today, I have a story called Olivia Builds a Snow Lady that we're going to read. How many of you all have ever been outside and built a snowman or a snow girl or a snow lady? Or maybe you've built a whole snow family. Well, today we're going to read a story about Olivia and find out what she does and how she makes her snow lady. Come on and join me. Olivia Builds a Snow Lady. Something very special is happening this weekend, Mrs. H said. Does anybody know what it is? Harold raised his hand. My mom is taking me to get long underwear. No, not that, said Mrs. H as the class giggled. Olivia raised her hand. I know, she said. It's the Maywood Winter Festival. That's right, replied Mrs. H. And what, or should I say who, is the most important part of the winter festival? The snowman, the class answered all together. Every year, someone new is put in charge of building the snowman for the winter festival. It is a special honor. This year, our class will be in charge of the snowman, Mrs. H announced. What kind of snowman should we make? There were so many ideas. A snow clown, suggested Francine. Twin snowmen, suggested Otto and Oscar. A snowman who is perfect and small, just like me, suggested Daisy. Olivia had an idea. I wonder, she thought, how about a snow lady? The biggest snow lady the town has ever seen, said Olivia. Everyone cheered. What a great idea. The next day, Olivia met up with Francine and Harold to build the snow lady. Thanks for helping, Olivia said to her friends. No problem, said Francine. But what is that, she asked, pointing to a loud machine that Ian and Father were tinkering with. Oh, that's my mom's cotton candy machine, Olivia explained. Ian wants to sell cotton candy at the festival. Now, let's get down to business, Olivia continued. She rolled out a blueprint for Harold and Francine to see. Here's the plan. Olivia, Francine, and Harold got to work. Harold went to find things to make the snow lady's face. Olivia and Francine rolled some snowballs. The snowballs got bigger and bigger until they were giant size. Wow, these snowballs are huge, said Francine. There's no way we can lift another snowball all the way up there. Who said anything about lifting it? Replied Olivia. We'll use a ramp. Now prepare to launch, Olivia called to Francine after they had constructed their ramp. Just as Olivia launched the snowball, Harold showed up, holding a big carrot and lumps of coal. Look out, called Olivia and Francine, but it was too late. Luckily for Harold, the giant snowball just rolled right over him, and he picked it up, the carrot and lumps of coal, before landing softly on top of the other snowballs. Now she's as big as a dinosaur, said Ian. The snow lady is beautiful, added Father. Building a snow lady is hard work. Great job, everyone, Olivia said. The next day was the day of the festival. Olivia woke up feeling excited. Look alive, everybody. Grab your mittens and scarves. We have to get to the festival, said Olivia as she rushed into the kitchen. Then Olivia looked out the window and saw that it was very sunny outside. Very sunny indeed. Uh-oh, said Olivia. I wonder what happened. Later at the festival grounds, Olivia looked around for the beautiful snow lady. At first, she couldn't find her, and then she spotted her. What happened to the snow lady? Asked Harold. She melted, said Olivia. Oh no, cried Francine. What do we do? Asked Harold. In the distance, Olivia's father fired up the cotton candy machine, and it gave Olivia a wonderful idea. Harold, Francine, we're building a bigger, better snow lady, she said excitedly. But the snow is too slushy, Francine pointed out. Who needs snow? Olivia exclaimed. We have something better. The thing about cotton candy, Olivia explained to her friends, is that you have to twirl it. Oh, I wonder what she's gonna do with that cotton candy. Olivia twirled and twirled. Francine twirled and twirled. Harold twirled and got dizzy. So Ian helped out and twirled. All right, twirlers, that should do it, Olivia called. Then she whistled, and moments later, Perry appeared with Olivia's trunk on a sled. And now to put it all together, Olivia told her friends. Soon the cotton candy snow lady had a face made of rubber ball eyes and a watermelon mouth. A tinfoil tiara sat on top of her head. She lowered over the crowd that had gathered. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the world's biggest and pinkest snow lady, Olivia exclaimed. Everyone oohed and ahed. This is the most magnificent snow lady I have ever seen, said Mrs. H. And the tastiest, added Harold. Let the winter festival begin, cried Olivia. Later that night, it was time for bed. Olivia, that was the best winter festival ever. Thanks to you and your snow lady, said Olivia's mother. Thanks, Mom, said Olivia. I think I'll make a cotton candy igloo next, or maybe a cotton candy cruise ship. That sounds wonderful, replied Mother. I can't wait for next year's festival. Good night, Olivia. All right. Wasn't that a super cool story, friends? After their original snowman melted, what did they do? They got creative and used their cotton candy machine to make an even bigger snow lady. And like they said, it was a tasty snow lady also. They made it out of cotton candy. So cool. All right, so now we are going to make our own snow lady. Come on and join me. All right, friends, so today we are going to build our own snow lady. What you need for this activity: you need paper plates, white paper plates like I have here. Then you're gonna need some construction paper. I have black, purple, yellow, and orange. But to make your snowman as perfect as you want, you can choose whatever colors you want. These are just the colors that I had, that I chose. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna glue your plates together. You're gonna take some glue, glue them down, push it on there, put all three of them together, and then we have our eyes here that we're gonna glue on. And if you just wanna use black construction paper, you can do that also. So we put our eyes on, glue both of them on. Glue them down. Then we have our carrot nose that we're gonna glue down on there. Glue our carrot nose. Then we have our scarf we're gonna glue on there. Glue our scarf down so that she stays nice and warm. Glue our scarf. Then we have our buttons that we're gonna put on our snow lady. Glue those down. You can make your circles any size you want. They can be big or small. Then we, of course, have our crown to put on our snow lady. And then, voila, you have your own snow lady that you've made. All right, awesome job, friends. So you can tell your parents, get you some construction paper and a paper plates so that you can make your own snow lady. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed reading our story, Olivia Builds a Snow Lady, and then building your own snow lady or snowman at home. So remember, to do this activity, you need 3 paper plates, construction paper, and glue. So you can go tell your parents, I want to make a snow lady or snowman, and I know exactly what I need to build it. Because remember, in our story, Olivia Builds a Snow Lady, remember, she started out making her snow lady with snow, but then what happened to that snow lady? It melted. So she had to get creative and use something else to build her snow lady. And that is what we did. We got creative, and we know that we can use paper plates and construction paper to make our own snow person. I hope you enjoyed listening to our story today. See you next time. Bye-bye.
kindergarten is great at Kansas City Public Schools.
I know they have really good teachers. I know this is a great school.
They teach them stuff that I thought my kids would never be able to know at the age of 5.
Since deciding to send our kiddos to a neighborhood school, we've become even more of a part of our community.
Now is the time to enroll your future kindergartner for the new school year. Visit enrollkc.org today.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Overish, and I'm so glad you're here to learn with me today. Today, we're going to be talking about the numbers 1 through 20. When we're counting with our numbers 1 through 20, we often might ask the question, what number comes next? Or if we have this number, what number is one more? We're going to practice that together today. Let's first practice counting to 20 together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's practice together. We can count from 1 to 20. We can use our tens frames to help us count. Something you might notice about our tens frame is that each tens frame has 10 boxes. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this tens frame has 10. If I look at this tens frame, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they both have 10. I can put my blocks in them to represent different numbers. If I put 3 blocks in my tens frame, I'm representing the number 3. If I put 8 blocks in my tens frame, I'm representing the number 8. I can also fill both of my tens frames. I know that I filled this tens frame, which means that this has 10. Then I have 1, 2, 3. So I'm showing the number 13. When talking about our numbers 1 through 20, we often talk about what number comes next or what number is one more. If I have 13 shown and I ask, what is one more? Let's put one more into our tens frame and now see how many we have. We know this tens frame has 10. Now I see 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'm at 10 and I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, I know I'm representing the number 14. Let's try a different one. I have 10 in my first box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I have 6 in my next box. If I continue to count up, I have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I'm representing the number 16. If I ask you what number comes next or what number is one more, can you tell me? What number do we see? We have 10 in this tens frame, 7 in this tens frame. So let's count up and see what number we are at. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm at 17. Let's try it with a different number in our tens frame. What number is being shown in my tens frame? How many do you see? That's right. There are 7 being shown in our tens frame. If I add 1 more, what number will I be showing? If I add 1 more to 7, now what number am I showing? That's right, I'm showing the number 8. We can count them up to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice job. Let's try a different number. What number is being shown in my tens frame? How many blocks do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is being shown in our tens frame. If I add 1 more to our tens frame, what number am I going to show? What number is 1 more after 5? If I show 1 more, now how many am I showing? 1 more from 5. What number is 1 more from 5? It's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you want to try a bigger one? Let's try a bigger number together. What number am I showing on our 2 tens frames? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 being shown on our tens frame. Here's the number 11. If I ask you what number comes next or what is 1 more, how many would I be showing with my blocks if I add 1 more to 11? Here's 11. What number is 1 more? If I add 1 more, I now am showing the number 12. I see the tens frame is completely full, which means I have 10, and then I can count up 11, 12. Nice job. Let's try another one. What number do you see on your tens frame? I see this tens frame is completely full, which means there are 10 here. And then I count up 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 is being shown on our 2 tens frames. If I ask you what's 1 more from 14, here's 14. What is 1 more from 14? 1 more from 14 is 15. I can count up my tens frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nice job. Can you ask an adult to get you a piece of paper or something to draw with? On your piece of paper, can you draw 4 of something? Maybe 4 circles or 4 squares. Maybe you even want to draw 4 smiley faces. Once you draw your 4 smiley faces, can you then add 1 more? If you've drawn 4 shapes or 4 of something and you add 1 more, how many will you have? If I add 1 more to 4, I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Were you able to draw 5 of something? Nice job. Today we talked all about our numbers 1 through 20. We even used our tens frames to help us organize our numbers into groups of 10. We were able to talk about our numbers that come 1 before or are 1 less. We were able to practice this by counting our numbers backwards from 20 to 1. Let's do that one more time together. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Thank you so much for coming and learning with me today. My name is Mrs. Overish, and I'll see you next time.
Hello, my name is Courtney Hawkins. I'm a parent of 4 children that are going here, well, 3 that are going here currently, and then 1 that is now in middle school. But we've been with Holiday Montessori since my oldest was in preschool. And probably one of my favorite things about this school is just the family environment. I love coming into school and hearing, hi, Miss Hawkins, and then just the care of the teachers let you know that your children are well taken care of. And we've had some teachers, all of them have been really good teachers, and we've had some that have been really good at challenging and inspiring our kids. I had a teacher that noticed my daughter's advancements in reading, and she kind of pulled her aside and gave her additional work that kept her moving forward and kept her challenged.
Hello, my name is Sahara Hawkins, and I am in the 8th grade. I am Harold Holiday alumni. I've gone here from the P4, which is a bit before kindergarten, all the way up to my 6th grade year. When I left Holiday Montessori, I felt really prepared to go to middle school because here at Holiday, I think their academics are very rigorous, and they prepare you for middle school because they give you due dates, they start giving you due dates and things like that. Assignments that are due weekly, which prepares you for middle school because there are assignments that are due weekly or daily. And then I just felt very prepared in general because they start doing less material and they start really just working on your communication within the middle school and how that transition is going to look like and what that transition is going to look like. So I just felt really prepared and like I was going to have a good transition in middle school.
We also have a teacher that my oldest son has right now that noticed some of his interests and encouraged him in that to do some research, thus combining the passion and the learning together. So we really are appreciating the teachers that our kids have had.
Hello, my name is Joshua and my grade is 5th.
My name is Micah and my grade is 1st. I like my teachers because they're nice.
I would say you should definitely join the Harold Holiday Montessori family because First, it's very opening and it's a welcoming environment. You have great teachers from all different backgrounds, and they come in and they come to teach your child, but also just to help your child through life. They not only teach you like your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s, but they teach you motor skills and life skills that from a very young age that you may not think that an elementary school would teach you. And overall, it's a very diverse school in general, and it's in a good neighborhood.
Overall, I would encourage anyone that's considering coming to Holiday to come and just join this family environment of hands-on learning. And they've got great before and after school program. The Link program is awesome. A big part of what contributes to that family environment. And we have a forward thinking and moving principal that it's done a lot with the school, changes in the school that improve the morale of the students and the staff here. So it's just a great environment to be in, and I encourage you to come and join the family.
Thank you for visiting Holiday Montessori School. If you'd like more information about our fine Montessori program, please call 816-418-1950 and we'll schedule a one-on-one tour with you. We look forward to sharing with you more about the great things that are happening here at Harold Holiday Montessori School.
Hello, Kansas City. Welcome to another wonderful episode today of what we're calling Life After, a show which explores really what paths open up and what students take as they finish their high school careers and move on out there into what we call the real world. So I am joined today with DeAndre Jenkins, who also was one of the students that I got to work with in my past. I was an educator in Kansas City for 16 years in a row in one particular building. And so I really got to experience a lot of people growing up, and it's been really fun to go back and find out, what has happened since we've lost touch. So we're joined today by DeAndre Jenkins. DeAndre, tell us what year you graduated, what school, and a little bit about what you remember about that year.
I graduated in 2011, and I went to Purcell Academy. And one thing I really remember was just the times, like my last 2 years, like being as a dancer, being able to like perform in front of people, and like did something I didn't think I was capable of doing. So that was something I would fondly remember
Gotcha.
from my
So
time in high school.
Yeah, the dance program really had some moments there, as I remember looking back on, where really, really good stuff going on. So you were in some of the productions, yes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What were they? Do you remember by name what they were called?
Trying
to take me back too, because I would have probably seen some.
I
okay.
can't remember them all.
Well, so let's explore that, like why you chose that as an example. Why does that stand out to you as like a really important part of that experience?
Because it was something I started, like I was transitioning to my junior year of high school, and I wanted to do something different. And I wasn't sure of what I wanted to do. So I kind of just went through summer school and just tried different things out to see what I liked. And when I did dance during summer school, I had so much fun doing it to where I just said, you know what, I'm gonna change my major to dance because originally it was music,
I see.
and it kept like brought some it brought fun into like my last 2 years of high school.
Very good. Yeah, some activity too. Like I would imagine it's great for, exercising and kind of feeling like you're getting some of that out of your system every day as part of your goal. And that's really fantastic. All right. So you did your thing. You got into dance for a couple years and then you graduated and walked stage. Yes. Remembering back to that moment. So what happened right after that? That's kind of another thing we're exploring in this show is sometimes when you're in high school, it seems like, who knows what I'm going to do right afterwards. But then the world kind of provides you a path, or you just really start doing something before you know if that's what you want or not. But what was your next move after you walked the stage?
After I walked the stage, I was kind of questioning what I wanted to do in the future. Like what do I want to become? So after I graduated high school, I kind of went through the community college route to kind of just find my elements of like what do I want to become.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a while for me to kind of figure out what I wanted to do, because originally I wanted to do business, and so I took a couple of business courses, but I felt like it wasn't for me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So as the years went past and I started doing more technology based courses, I enjoyed it so much that I made the decision I would like to be a software developer, because I love working with computers, creating programs, and doing all those type of things. And plus, my mom told me, like growing up, I was always fond of computers,
yeah,
and like electronical devices. So that was something that I was trying to find out, but eventually I ended up finding my place.
Very cool. So you went into a program or prepared to do software design, and where did you go? What did you do?
I went to DeVry University, and the program that I was in was called Computer Information Systems,
Gotcha.
which kind of gave me got my feet wet with programming languages like Visual Basic, C Sharp, uh, Raspberry, like to name a couple. And those really opened my eyes to like the different types of languages certain programs are used to operate. And it was so fascinating that I was like, you know what, this is something I really want to do, like really want to learn. So eventually I could just go out and just make my own program.
Gotcha. So, all right. So DeVry was a thing you finished after you started it, or it kind of helped you find out what would do next, or did you complete your program at DeVry?
I didn't complete it due to personal reasons, but it did give me kind of the start, like a starting step to where I want, like what I want to be in the long-term future.
Gotcha.
So I had to kind of had to stop going, but I'm planning on going back to finish my degree.
Gotcha.
And try to become that person.
Very cool. So goals are never truly over. They just kind of, keep going if they were interested in them, and life kind of gets in the way a lot of different ways. That's for sure. So that's fantastic. You still got your eyes on that prize. What are you doing these days? And like, how is now, I guess, helping you get there, or are you having to do some things to kind of get back to being able to go that path again? But what's it like these days?
These days, I'm working as a help desk analyst, which is dealing with the same as like working with computers, like helping people out that have computer issues. So it kind of I'm kind of staying into the hardware side with computers. I'm learning like off to the side a lot of the software side of computers, so that way I can kind of get more familiar with other programming languages. So like if I ever want to like move on to a better opportunity, I have the necessary skills and experience to entice my next opportunity to give me that chance.
That's fantastic. So yeah, that's great. You've stayed in kind of the career path with a little different role, but a chance to learn. You know, that's important, young people, because yeah, in order to open other doors, sometimes you have to have the skill that will open that door. And so I was wondering, is it very competitive to be in this area that you're going into? Are there an abundance of people going into this path? Is it I guess that's my first question. Is it really competitive?
It's actually not that competitive. It's really popular, and like if the only competitive part about it is just the hiring process is really the competitive part, because oftentimes you will be like side to side with someone that has more experience, like the necessary certifications for this position. So sometimes those things can be looked at as like, okay, this guy is well prepared, well, like got certifications and everything, while you just looking at it as like, I might have experience but not the certifications. Then you will think like, okay, what makes us different? And a company will look at it as like, this guy got the certifications. Gotcha. So it's like we firmly believe he knows what he's doing. Gotcha. Even though you have the experience, we're not 100% sure.
Very cool. Let's explore that for a minute. So what are some of the skills that you have to put in play every day to do your job? Like, I imagine you work with other people instead of just all by yourself. So can you help me understand, like, did any of those skills come from any of the things you did when you were younger? Did you find that you had kind of practiced some of those things by going to school? How much did that translate into what you do now?
It actually translated a lot, because even though in high school I was more of a kind of like stay to myself type of person, but I was always friendly. I was always friendly to people that came and walk up to me, talk to me. Like even like at lunch, like people would just come sit with me, talk with me and everything. So it helped me develop my people skills, to where if in this line of work you are dealing with other people, and you're working with other people, so oftentimes you have to interact with them in a professional manner, in a very respectful manner. So it's always those skills kind of developed as I was going through high school, because it was so many different personalities going through high school that I was seeing and dealing with. Sure. And a lot of people that have different personalities was able to like connect with me in a very good way, because I was so like I would say I'm very versatile with their personalities. Like I don't judge. I don't kind of keep myself away from certain type of people. I welcome anyone. Yeah. So in this line of work, it's important to know that there are different types of people that you are interacting with. Gotcha. And it's best to develop those people skills. And it's also best to, like I told like a lot of people before that asked me how did I even get into this line of work, and how what can I do to like do it. I told them the best thing you can do is just know the basic ins and outs of a computer, like how to turn it on, how to get things plugged in, and all that stuff. Those are the main things that will that will help you like start off in this line of work. Right. And then as you're doing it, you'll learn more and more and more. And that's kind of like the skills necessary for what I do.
Very cool. So that sounds interesting. All these interviews, like when I go in assuming it's going to be about one thing, computers, it turns out it's about people, right? That's a really interesting thing. I just talked to someone who sells cars, and he said the same thing. It's not about cars, it's really about how well he can connect and not be a forcible person to make these people feel like he's pushing the car on them, but to have it dawn on them that they really do like this and feel, like he's helping them with all of their questions, and that I hadn't thought of it like that. I would think that the main goal and all the training surrounds like getting the car sold, getting the money in. But these days, it seems like customer care is really something we talk a lot more about. So that's fantastic. I love that you recognize that about yourself and that you were personable and approachable and, you know, value that. And then seems like found a good job where that's important. So
Yeah.
on that note, let's pretend that it was either like way back when we were graduating or today, your choice, but there's something you heard or that young people might need to hear that you think might help you with their path or help them with their path. It helped you with your path. Do you have any of those gems of wisdom kind of from your past or from right now that you could help a young person think through, you know, what are they going to do right after high school?
Don't be limited to just one thing. Learn as much as you can about different things, because ultimately you might stumble upon something that you learned that you get a joy out of. So it's always best to never limit yourself to just one thing. Learn as much as you possibly can about so many different things, like when it comes to computers, cars, fashion design, any of those things. If you learn all those things and then say, you know what, this is where I want to go, you already have the necessary skills already there because you already learned them. So it's always best to not limit yourself to just one thing.
Amen. That's a fantastic one to remind. And I remember from somebody telling me, like, doors will open. So your trick is to be ready when they do and to recognize that moment. And I've had that in my career where I was sitting at something and realized that the person that does this role was no longer going to be in that role. And it started playing in my head, like, could I do that? And if I try it now, I guess I'll find out. You know, if I never try it, I guess I'll never know. So that's so neat. And also doing this show, I really realized I really enjoy interviewing and talking to people and learning about their lives and then helping other people maybe get to this discussion because it could really benefit them. So I've grown more passionate in doing this show than when we started. And the same thing, I didn't really ask. I just kind of started doing this and then showed it to some people and said, don't you think this would be a great idea? My other goal would be able to grow it some more. We're asking other teachers now, is this thing's going to grow throughout the district to interview people they know, because that personal touch of checking back in with somebody after a certain amount of years. And I would love if this was a national thing. Why don't we do this more in our world? Why do we just have people go out the door after high school like they don't have anything left to contribute if they came back? And so, sidebar, a little passionate about this, but it's been very, very awesome to have you on here. Anything you want to say to Kansas City? Because what's neat is Kansas City is listening to these shows. Occasionally somebody tells me like, hey, I saw you on a local broadcast channel. What are you doing these days? Are you on TV? Like, well, I guess so, right? That's what that was. To shout out to the city I've lived in my whole life. But what would you say to Kansas City right now? What do they need to hear?
Take every opportunity to enjoy what you already have. Like, don't sit there and bash. Like every person struggles. Everyone in Kansas City struggles. Just keep pushing forward. Keep doing the best you can, and eventually, so further down the line, you'll eventually reach that destination that you've been wanting to get to.
Very good. All right, you heard it here, Kansas City. This has been another fantastic episode of Life After. If you would like to be on this show, we always make that opportunity known. Please reach out to me. I am Chris Odom, and I'm the English coordinator for the Kansas City Public Schools. And lately, I've really been reaching back to hear from a lot of Paseo students as I worked there for 16 years. And when you look back and find out 16 years later what students are doing, a lot of the stories are just fantastic, fascinating, and extremely inspiring. So if you think you'd have one of those stories for somebody to learn from your path, please get a hold of me. But we're going to call it good for today. Thanks for listening. We're signing off from Life After. Thank you very much.
We are happy to have you visit our family here at Northeast Middle School. My name is Principal Schriever, and I am the principal here at Northeast Middle School. We serve students in the 7th and 8th grade in the historic Northeast neighborhood in Kansas City.
Welcome to Northeast Middle, the home of the mighty Titans.
Welcome to Northeast Middle. Transitioning to middle school is exciting, but it can also be scary. But that's what we're here for. I teach student success skills, a class where students get in touch with their emotions and learn how to stay on task in their courses.
Hello, my name is Mirna Naya. I am the parent liaison at Northeast Middle School. I communicate with parents, legal guardians regarding school information, events, school advisory committee, and more. I love interacting with students' families every day.
Hello and welcome. My name is Christine Dismay, and I teach geography and economics here at Northeast Middle School. We have a safe and nurturing environment in our classrooms. Your student will enjoy learning here.
Hi, I'm Laura Culp. I'm an 8th grade math teacher. Welcome to 8th grade. We offer advanced courses in all core subjects. Learning here is fun and rigorous because we care about our students and their academic experience. Northeast Middle School students are successful and prepared for high school.
AVID, which stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, is a college and career readiness program. Students develop the skills they need to be successful in college starting in middle school. Most students continue their AVID course throughout high school with the same group of peers.
Hi, I'm Mr. Fleming, and I teach PE and health at Northeast Middle School, and we have a wide range of electives including choir, band, orchestra, visual arts, creative writing, and much more.
Hello, my name is Kenneth Moore, and I teach 7th, 8th grade choir. Our goal is to ensure our students get the very best academic opportunities. Our students maintain a well-rounded experience.
Northeast Middle School is truly a diverse environment. We have scholars from all over the world, and we have as many as 30 languages spoken in our building at any given time. To celebrate the diversity in our building, we host an international festival so our scholars can get a true taste of the world.
Hi, I'm Ben Jonte. I'm the art teacher at Northeast Middle School. Project Lead the Way, one of our electives, provides our students with hands-on, real-world learning. This will give them experience in growing industries like computer science, design, and robotics.
Hello, I'm Ms. Shepard, and I'm the athletic director here at Northeast Middle School. Here at Northeast Middle School, we offer a variety of sports for boys and girls, including basketball, track and field, soccer, wrestling, swimming, cross country, flag football, cheerleading, and volleyball.
Thank you for taking the time to visit with us today here at Northeast Middle School. To learn more about our campus or to request a personal tour, please call 816-418-3400. We look forward to sharing with you more of the exciting things occurring at Northeast Middle School.
I chose manual because it's challenging and fun, and it can help me with college.
I chose manual because I wanted to get a jump start in my career with culinary arts.
I chose manual to acquire skills I'd use in real life.
I chose manual because I want to be an ER doctor, and be an EMT is my first step.
Kickstart your future today at Manual Career and Technical Center. Manual is open for all 11th and 12th grade students in both Kansas and Missouri. Learn more today at enrollkc.org/manual or call 816-418-5200.
The desire to create lives within each of us. From Grammy-winning producers and musicians, to NBA stars, to Navy admirals and Medal of Honor recipients, to internationally renowned artists, and beloved local muralists, Paseo graduates have been creating their own success, their own history, their own legacy since 1926. Now it's your time. Create your future at Paseo Academy of Fine and Performing Arts. Learn more at enrollkc.org/Paseo.
I am Lincoln Middle.
At Lincoln Middle School, students discover their talents and passions, where teachers plant the seeds of lifelong learning.
I am Lincoln Middle.
Where excellence is nurtured. Students develop the skills to be successful in school, career, and beyond.
Je suis Lincoln Middle.
Lincoln Middle is the public school where your child will thrive and grow. Open a world of possibilities. Apply today. Learn more at enrollkc.org/Lincoln Middle.